as you can see, I got a bunch of middleweights. You know, I piled them up in the bottom, and we got the sections right here. So this is another tier list, and this is I racked up some middleweights in the bottom, and we're gonna see which middleweights can beat DDP. Which middleweights can, you know, if they face DDP, would it be like a 50-50 type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Would it be like a good chance they win? Would it be a good chance DDP wins? Or would it be a maybe, you know, the opponent of DDP has a higher chance of beating DDP than DDP has of beating the opponent? Or hell no. We got hell no here. Which means, like, that middleweight is definitely not beating DDP, you know what I'm saying? Obviously 100% means like, yeah, that middleweight is definitely beating DDP. So without further ado, let's get to it, baby. Alright, we'll start with Strickland maybe. Oh, we're about to discuss that right now. Alright, we're gonna start off with the black dude right here, the right, Kevin Holland. Obviously he be switching divisions, like, you know, I don't know. Like, this dude is kinda a bit bipolar, you know. He has decent grappling. Obviously, you guys seen his last fight where he almost took the dude's arm off. I think, you know, he broke the dude's arm. But it is against bums, you know what I'm saying? Kevin Holland, he's very long, very rangy on the striking. It can be a problem for DDP, but I don't think he has enough power to knock out DDP. Because DDP, people don't give him, you know, enough credit for being so durable. You know, he's kind of like Gamrot. You know, he always gets... I mean, I'm talking about Gamrot. He always getting dropped, but he's there. He's able to stick in there. You know, he's able to just stay in that fight, stay in the fight. But DDP, he barely gets dropped. You know, he doesn't even get dropped. He hasn't got dropped in the UFC, but he's also able to take big shots. You know what I'm saying? We saw it from Izzy. We saw it from Strickland. We saw it from Darren Till. DDP is able to just, he's durable enough to just, like, you know, stay in the fight and then get a finish. You know what I'm saying? So I would have to say Kevin Holland. Hell no, I don't think he beats DDP at all. You know what I'm saying? I think once he gets to the ground, it's gonna be kind of like a Khamzat Kevin Holland type of fight. You know, if DDP's gonna dominate Kevin Holland on the ground. Yes, Kevin Holland has good takedown defense, but that's at welterweight when he's facing like the littler guys compared to himself. DDP's jab will be a problem for Kevin Holland. We saw how JDM beat up Kevin Holland on the feet. So imagine a more powerful striker like DDP. Ain't gonna be good for Kevin Holland, man. I think dude just has to stick to welterweights by bullying the midgets, man. But that's all I have to say, man. Kevin Holland, fuck no, you're not beating DDP. You're definitely not dethroning him. So let's see, Michael Pereira, and I ain't gonna lie, stylistically, maybe. Michael Pereira actually maybe beats DDP. Hell nah? What you mean hell nah? Come on, man. You don't agree? Pereira, we're not talking about Alex Pereira. We're talking about Michael. For the casuals out there. Michael Pereira, you know what I'm saying? He's very skillful on the feet. Very, very dynamic in the striking as well. You know what I'm saying? And his grappling, he's a very big guy compared to DDP. You know what I'm saying? He's very strong. And the thing about Michael Pereira is that, actually, 50-50 for Michael. Actually, yeah, you're actually kind of right, because I just realized this. Michael Pereira has shit cardio compared to DDP, you know what I'm saying? Like, Michael Pereira has gassed out, like, multiple times on multiple occasions. And that's why he lost. And DDP, you know, I know before I used to say DDP has shit cardio, but it's just his style. He looks tired. You know, he just looks like he's tired. But he's able to just be in the fight. You know what I'm saying? He's able to be in the fight. So, I say in the first 2 rounds, Michael Pereira has a good chance of knocking out DDP. Izzy is washed. Oh, yeah, we're about to get to that, too. He definitely is. You know, and the laundry washed up, man. I mean, how not for Kevin Holland? Oh, okay. I got you, Nick. Z Blitz, what's up, my man? But yeah, Michael Pereira on the striking, he's a big threat to DDP, especially in the first 2 rounds before he gets the fuck out. And if he's not able to get a finish there, I think DDP dominates the rest. He dominates the rest of the 3 rounds. Probably gets a submission a sub on Michael Pereira, because we all know Michael Pereira's cardio ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? I think, and Michael Pereira is powerful. In the legs, the hands. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about DDP's blitzes, whenever he blitz, he's open for knees down the middle. You know what I'm saying? And if we know about Michael Pereira's knees. They're very quick, kind of like Johnny Walker's, and he has a lot of power packing into that. He also is very flexible as well, which makes his knees way more quicker compared to the average fighter. So Michael Pereira, if he can't get the finish in the first 2 rounds, I think DDP gets the sub, or he just dominates the rest of the way and gets a unanimous or probably like a split decision on Michael Pereira. Cause yeah, man, I think Michael Pereira would punish DDP, because DDP leaves himself open. He leaves himself vulnerable at times, and Michael Pereira ain't Izzy. Michael Pereira ain't gonna back away from the blitzes. He ain't scared of the hits that DDP's gonna throw at him. He's gonna throw some knees right when DDP blitzes. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's that's Michael Pereira's best chance, and that's why Michael Pereira has a good chance at beating DDP, and that's why DDP has a good chance at beating Michael Pereira, because the later rounds. What's the topic? This title is about which middleweights. Obviously, you can see them in the bottom. Can dethrone DDP, and which ones can't beat DDP, and which ones would be 50-50. What's up, Jay? Kamzat is up next. I ain't gonna lie. I'm sorry, but Kamzat is not beating. Hell no, he's not beating DDP. Kamzat's cardio compared to DDP is fucking horrendous, man. And Kamzat, he be pulling out due to his tummy aching and stuff. Like, what type of shit is that? The fucking raton, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Your tummy hurts a little bit, now you gotta pull out, but you won't pull out when you're just beating up on civilians. I know you guys saw that video too of Kamzat, like the dude, I think it was like a Russian YouTuber or something. Dude was on the ground already, he gave up, but Kamzat kept punching him, and that was literally right after he pulled out of the Whitaker fight. My boy, weren't you in the fucking hospital? Why are you now beating up a Russian YouTuber? What the fuck? And Kamzat's striking is nowhere near the level of DDP's. Let's be honest. I know a lot of people used to say like Kamzat has this great striking, or he has this decent striking. It's not even decent. Kamzat, especially when he's fatigued, that motherfucker be striking like a dumbass. You know what I'm saying? DDP in the later rounds, he's still able to get his jab going. You know what I'm saying? Get the right hook going. Get things going. While Kamzat just looks for anything. He just swings wild. You know what I'm saying? I think DDP beats. DDP beats Kamzat everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Kamzat his only chance is literally in the first round. After that, he's fucked. And even in the first round, DDP is way too strong. He'd be strong enough to defend the takedowns, just like Ikram defended the takedowns from Kamzat. I see this being a bad night for Kamzat. I think Kamzat gets stopped in like the first 2 rounds, because I could see like Kamzat working too hard for like a takedown in the first round. He doesn't get it, and DDP starts pressuring him and pushing Kamzat back. And then round 2, you know what I'm saying? Round 2, DDP immediately, he stuffs the takedown from Kamzat and starts pushing Kamzat back. You know what I'm saying? Like around like the 3-minute mark, and eventually Kamzat's gonna be too weak, too tired, like he always is. He's too weak, as the rounds go on, and but DDP's gonna find the finish earlier than people expect. I think in round 2, DDP TKOs Kamzat, and DDP is powerful. That's the thing. Kamzat's never faced a wrestler with good power that's powerful. Kamzat's never faced a style like that, and you could tell he would do horrendous. And I think Whitaker would have even knocked out Kamzat. You know what I'm saying? We saw what he did to Ikram. A stronger wrestler, a stronger sambo wrestler. So yeah, I think DDP would beat Kamzat by TKO round 2, or round 3. Either way, I don't see a way Kamzat wins that fight. His wrestling ain't gonna do shit, and his striking ain't shit compared to DDP. He's gonna have to pray for a Hail Mary, but I don't see that happening. So DDP demolishes Kamzat. Next up, Paulo Costa. I would have to say, hell no. I'm sorry, fuck no. Like if Strickland is literally fucking keeping you off of him for all 5 rounds. What do you think a stronger fighter is gonna do that has way more power, better wrestling than Strickland? What do you think he's gonna do to you, Costa? Like, come on, you could post memes all you want on Twitter, blah blah blah, but when it comes down to the fighting, you have no fight IQ. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, you know what I'm saying? But these are facts, kid. Like, this is not. You're not impressive, you know what I'm saying? What are you, like, on a 3-4 fight losing streak? Like, come on, bruh. And it's crazy. It's insane because Paulo Costa, the only real thing he has is power. But so does DDP. DDP has a higher fight IQ, better striking. DDP is also way more dynamic and, way more faster on the feet. You know what I'm saying? Paulo Costa also, like, he gasses out way too soon. Like, bro, what are you doing? He gets tired, like, midway round 2. I mean, better cardio than Khamzat, but it's still not good enough if you're facing a brawler that could go all 5 rounds like DDP. Paulo Costa, I think he gets destroyed. I think he gets stopped, just like Izzy stopped him. I think DDP would sub though. Would sub Costa though. Probably around like round 3, round 4 type shit. When Costa's already fatigued, he's gonna be too worried about the strikes, the powerful strikes coming from DDP, the jab from DDP, the uppercut, and the spinning kicks that even Strickland was landing on Costa. We saw DDP landing those against Izzy. I think DDP is gonna wear Costa down, and there's not gonna be a thing Costa could do about it. So yeah, I think DDP gets the sub. He's gonna be able to strike, go for a right hook over the top, and then shoot for a takedown, and then DDP gets Costa down, obviously, because Costa got no fucking grappling, and I think he subs him, with the rear naked choke, easy work, baby. But yeah, I think it's light work for I think Costa's light work for DDP. Okay, Brendan Allen, I'd say this is a 50-50. I didn't put him there. And I'll tell you why it's a 50-50. Brendan Allen's striking is very underrated. Obviously, we've seen the footage from when Brendan Allen rocked Marvin Vettori at the casino. You know what I'm saying? It was a good 1-2. It was pretty quick, too. So, I think if DDP blitzes Brendan Allen like he always does to every opponent, I think Allen will be able to catch DDP with the good 1-2 and knock him the fuck out. But DDP also has the grappling advantage. Well, he has the grappling advantage over everybody he faces. Probably, maybe not Khamzat, but he has way more advantages over Khamzat than any other middleweights. Because Khamzat's too vulnerable. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude still has COVID in big 2024. Like, bro, what? You know what I'm saying? I don't get that. Hold up. But yeah, I'd say that one's a 50-50. I think Allen will be able to catch DDP on the feet, and there's a good chance it happens. And DDP, I think there's a good chance he subs Allen, because we also know Allen, when he's fatigued, when it's all sweaty and stuff, it gets a bit, chokes get a bit more easier to get. So I think Allen could possibly get subbed in the later rounds by DDP. DDP also out-cardios him. Allen doesn't have that big fight experience either, so he's gonna be very adrenaline dumped. So night for Allen. But it's a good chance, DDP gets caught on the feet, and it's a good chance Allen gets fucking choked the fuck out. But Marvin Vettori, fuck no, he's not beating DDP. I'm sorry, but his striking it's not good at all, man. We saw it against Cannonier. You can't beat powerful wrestlers, and we seen that against Cannonier. You barely beat Paulo Costa. That's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck are you doing, Vettori? You know what I'm saying? DDP, I don't think he's gonna be able to finish Marvin Vettori, because he does got a good takedown defense, Marvin Vettori, and he has a good chin. Very durable, just like DDP, but it's mainly the stand-up battle where Vettori will struggle. Vettori doesn't have good striking at all. He could strike at that Muay Thai place only once in Thailand, but that shit ain't helping him improve. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude stays the same. He's not progressing. So I think DDP pieces up Vettori all 5 rounds, and it goes to a unanimous decision for DDP. I think that was like the easiest one for DDP. Oh, Cannonier. Okay. I ain't gonna lie, maybe. I think Jared Cannonier, he could definitely he might beat, he might beat DDP. And you know why? Cause DDP, we seen him like get rocked before by a wrestler, by a powerful wrestler. And Cannonier, he's just as powerful, if not more powerful than DDP. You know what I'm saying? And Cannonier, he's gonna be strong enough to stuff the takedowns from DDP. Like they're both like the same size. They're both physically big for middleweight. So the thing about Cannonier is that he packs that power. He's very patient, so he's not just gonna rush DDP like a dumbass. He's gonna wait for DDP to do something. He's more of a counter puncher. Cannonier, I think, would be able to just, once DDP blitzes, he's gonna be able to just rock him down right with the right hand down the pipe. You know what I'm saying? Also, Cannonier is also very underrated on mixing the takedowns up with his striking. You know what I'm saying? We seen that against Imavov. Obviously he couldn't get much takedowns there, but he was able to attempt them and also win points off them. So if Cannonier just does that to DDP, I think he has a good chance of taking rounds off of DDP, possibly winning him a decision. But I think the DDP's wrestling does edges out Cannonier just a little bit, which I think DDP, if Cannonier fades, DDP will be able to take over. But I don't see DDP finishing Cannonier at all. You know what I'm saying? I think DDP is gonna struggle a lot against Cannonier. He might even get rocked and dropped at one point because Cannonier is a fucking powerful puncher. The dude used to be a fucking heavyweight. If you guys don't know that, now you know. This dude is actually very powerful, and he's very underrated. No wonder Izzy didn't want to really really attack Cannonier like that, because he knows one punch from Cannonier and it would be lights out. So that's all I gotta say. I think Cannonier has a very good chance. I think he maybe beats DDP, man. But the slight chance that DDP wins is based off his wrestling just edging out Cannonier's. Maybe he gets Cannonier down, is able to get a sub from there, or like a leg lock or something. Quick sub, because I think that's like the only way DDP wins. But I don't see DDP like really hurting Cannonier on the feet. You know what I'm saying? Cannonier really only gets hurt by like accurate strikers, and we know DDP is a wild brawler. So who knows, man? The dude also lunges too much, so we'll see. Imavov, I ain't gonna lie. I think this one's more of a 50-50 because Imavov is a very good striker. I think Imavov, he's very underrated on picking his strikes. A lot of these dudes, these strikers, they try to they really try to switch stances and all that. Imavov keeps it simple. He keeps it simple, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't try to do all that flashy shit. He knows what he has to do, you know what I'm saying? He tries to find the openings right away. He's trying to, download the data, kind of like Peter Yan did. But Imavov is able to usually find the shot. We saw it against Cannonier. And the thing about Cannonier is that once he tried to blitz him, Imavov just cracked Cannonier. I think it'd be the same thing with DDP. If DDP tries to blitz Imavov, or even tries to lunge at him, I think Imavov will be able to just find DDP with the uppercut. We saw Izzy landing a few uppercuts of his own on DDP. I think Imavov could catch, could get a bit more accurate than Izzy, and just catch DDP while lunging in. And I think DDP could probably get knocked the fuck out by one of those, especially if he keeps landing. Eventually that chin is gonna deteriorate, or whatever, however you say that shit, and it's gonna turn into glass and night DDP. But also, if DDP lands the takedown, then that's where the problems begin. But Imavov is very good at stuffing takedowns. But we haven't really seen it too much of him from the takedown defense, or like too much like different takedowns thrown at him. So DDP will be a very big challenge for Imavov. So I say that DDP has a good chance at beating Imavov through the grappling. Imavov has a very good chance at beating DDP through the striking. I don't think Imavov poses much trouble in the grappling. I think DDP mauls him if he gets him to the ground. But only one way to find out, right? Fuck no, Whitaker ain't beating DDP. I'm sorry, but this new Whitaker, this reborn Whitaker, whatever we are trying to say, just because he knocked out a Dagestani prospect, I don't know. He's not beating a DDP. DDP already whooped his ass, and I get it. Rematches can be different. They can be very different. But styles make fights. Whitaker, that 1-2 head kick shit ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work with the big EDD. You know what I'm saying? With the big D. You know what I'm saying? Like, DDP's power is always gonna be a problem for Whitaker. That jab is always gonna be there. Whitaker. It's actually crazy that in the first fight, Whitaker was actually like a fucking heavy favorite. Like, he was a heavy favorite, going into the DDP fight. I'm like, how? How? In what world? Do you guys not see the stylistic nightmare that DDP is for Whitaker? DDP's jab is gonna be there all night, and we know Whitaker has a glass chin. I know, like, a lot of people like to say, nah, he's just getting hit by powerful punchers or by accurate punches, but no. This dude got dropped in the second fight by Izzy with the weak ass jab. Like, what the fuck? And you telling me DDP's powerful ass ain't going? DDP's big ass is not gonna crack Whitaker again? Come on, man. DDP's power is very underrated, and I don't know how he keeps getting underrated. This dude got power for days. You know what I'm saying? He has like bombs for hands. You know what I'm saying? Call him stone hands. Hands of stone, just like Alex Pereira, but for middleweight. You know what I'm saying? DDP. You wonder why people are like back away from DDP when they feel his power, because that dude carries heavy power. It's like bricks. You know what I'm saying? And Whitaker ain't gonna be able to handle all that. You know what I'm saying? And the grappling, Whitaker ain't doing shit there. Even if he does get a DDP down, what's he gonna do? He can't. His subs are fucking dog shit. He has no subs in his arsenal. He might do them in sparring against friends, best friends. This is a real fight. Yeah, and DDP, we saw DDP put Whitaker in that headlock, little bro him, you know what I'm saying? He little broed Whitaker, you know what I'm saying? DDP is just too big for Whitaker. That's the thing, that's never going to change. So I think DDP whoops Whitaker's ass this, like, a second time, But yeah. Israel Adesanya, well, we just saw last night that Izzy is fucking washed up. He's past his prime. And Izzy just became way slower, man. Like, I miss the old Izzy. The always mad Izzy. I want the new Izzy. Wait, I want the old Izzy, bro. What? I don't know the song lyrics, but yeah. DDP got those African champions. Yes, sir. DDP actually does. You could tell he was born from South Africa, because them hands is bricks. You know what I'm saying? His hands are definitely made of, when building the villages. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know, baby. But yeah, Izzy ain't beating DDP at all. You know what I'm saying? You could tell dude's washed up. Dude's way slower. And DDP is the full package. You know what I'm saying? I said this yesterday on live when DDP whooped Izzy's ass. Like, DDP is just a full mixed martial artist. Dude could do it all. You know what I'm saying? The clinch work. More powerful than Izzy. He's too fast for Izzy now. Before, I think around like 2019, yeah, it would have been It would have been lights out for DDP just because of Izzy's fast reflexes, fast hands. But you could tell Izzy has slowed down a lot. You know what I'm saying? And Izzy has always had trouble with the grappling. Even Marvin Vettori almost subbed Izzy. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking embarrassing. How you let the fucking orc almost sub you? You know what I'm saying? And DDP is a way better grappler than him, and we saw what happened when the way better grappler faces Izzy. Izzy tapped like chicken. Lost me a fuck ton of money, so I'm definitely not salty about that. But okay. But yeah, Izzy is always gonna be too worried about the grappling, man. He knows the threat that DDP holds there, and you can see it clear as day. DDP is way stronger than Izzy on the ground. Dude is literally had him like. DDP literally had Izzy flat out like crazy, like Islam did to Bobby Green. It's insane. You roasting Izzy was hilarious. Oh, I didn't want to roast him. I didn't want to roast him, but you know, the dude lost me a lot of money, so you know what can I do? Smoking Meth, I appreciate you though for supporting the stream, man, and you know what I'm saying, I appreciate that. But yeah, I don't see Izzy beating DDP. You know what I'm saying? He has too many things to worry about. The power from DDP, the quickness from DDP on the feet, and the subs from DDP. You know what I'm saying? The clinch from DDP. The wildness from DDP. You know, he's very unpredictable on the feet. You know what I'm saying? There's just too much for a washed up Izzy to think about. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's Izzy's definitely not beating a DDP ever in his lifetime. So maybe in another multiverse that happens, but yeah. Sean Strickland, I think he is the perfect matchup for DDP. Like his long legs, his stance. You know, he's able with his stance, the iCarly stance. I know a lot of people like to make fun of it. I made fun of it. I was one of them. But against a guy like DDP, who's gonna be constantly shooting with wild takedowns, you're gonna need a stance like Sean Strickland, because his hands are not always like up. He has them like kind of by his waist, so he's able to defend the takedowns that are thrown at him by DDP. And we seen in the first fight, Sean Strickland was beating DDP's ass on the feet for a good chunk of that fight. You know what I'm saying? I think Sean Strickland is like the only middleweight that could really beat DDP, and I'm 100% sure about it. You know, I think Sean Strickland for sure beats DDP in the rematch. DDP kind of looked the same. He kind of looked the same in the Izzy fight. Nothing really changed about him. It's just like how the styles really match up. And obviously, Izzy's going to be... His style is just too easy for a guy like DDP. But Sean Strickland, he's able to defend the takedowns very good just due to his stance. His iCarly stance, whatever. And Sean Strickland, he has weight. He has the volume, the cardio that DDP also possesses. You know what I'm saying? But Sean Strickland has an edge in the striking. And his volume and his cardio... Like, I'm telling you, this dude has cardio for days. And his volume, he's able to throw a bunch of strikes each round without really getting tired, you know? So I think Sean Strickland is the only middleweight on earth to beat DDP. You know what I'm saying? And I think Sean Strickland is the man to dethrone DDP. Dricus Du Plessis. Now, I'm going to stop calling him that, you know what I'm saying? He deserves big respect. You know, he's running through these motherfuckers. So I gotta say, Dricus Du Plessis. But yeah, I think Strickland dog walks DDP in the rematch. You know what I'm saying? Nothing really changed about DDP. Nothing really changed with him. I think Sean Strickland is gonna make the adjustments. He knows what he has to do this time in the rematch. And I think it was a robbery the first fight, but that's why they're gonna go again. But yeah, that should be interesting. That should be very interesting.